living a dream. I'm in love with the lights. This is not just a game. This here is my life. Put the cameras on me, yeah. Put the cameras on me.
Hello, everybody. Live from beautiful Las Vegas on the Strip, it is the OZone. I'm your host, Omar Miller. I'm here with my brother Terry, and we just witnessed an absolute positive knockout. I mean, I'm talking about a thump, go to sleep, say goodnight, Gracie knockout. How did you feel about it, John?
I don't know if you was talking about the Elvis revival show or
no,
the actual Deontay Wilder.
This is what we're talking about right here,
Pillow talk.
and you can hear it.
And the arena went silent.
I can't explain to you guys what was what's going on outside with the wheelie. We're 40 floors up. That guy's driving really fast. So this fight was crazy because I'm here to tell you, King Kong was winning the fight. He was about to go up 7-0 on my card. 6-1 if I'm being generous.
You're being generous.
And once again, age betrayed him.
Once again.
But he had an excellent game plan. You could see that he had trained, he had tightened up, he was light on his toes. He made Deontay look slow. And he made him gun shy because he got in him early. What'd you see in the fight?
Well, I saw domination early and in between. Literally, King Kong stayed, if he could have stayed focused all the way through to the last part of the 7th round, he could have walked away with a victory tonight. But what he did was get a little callous, a little lazy, a little comfortable with 4 seconds left.
He got comfortable.
4 seconds left in the fight.
In the round,
which was the fight. But you pointed out something that was awesome, which was he got up. And there was no time left on the clock.
This is a serious problem. And, okay, let's not get it twisted. Deontay Wilder knocked him out.
Sleep.
A vicious 1-2. And
was it a 1-2 or was it just a 1? It was a 1. I think it was a tap and a 1.
Yeah.
Look at it. I don't think it was a 1-2 though.
You tapping?
Watch it run back. I don't think it was just a one hitter quitter.
Nah, man. He tapped him and then sleeper cell. But the point being, regardless of what ended up happening with that, the point being is Ortiz moved him off of that heavy right hand for 6 rounds.
He defended it. He kept him off balance. He had Deontay falling for feints. He turned him. He angles.
Never let Deontay's feet get set.
Had him hurt.
He had him hurt. He hit him hard, and he had him hurt. He went to the body.
Yes, but not enough. But what I want you guys to watch is right before King Kong gets knocked out, he takes a breath. He tries to keep himself composed. And in that time period, which was probably maybe 1 second, maybe 2, is where Deontay set his feet and landed that punch that he's been looking for all night. He walked around loaded up on the right hand all night.
All night. And Deontay, to his credit, said before on the PBC Fight Camp, for him to win, he's got to be perfect for 12 rounds. For me to win, I got to be perfect for 2 seconds.
And kudos to him as well, Deontay, because he showed a great chin.
He got hit hard tonight.
Several times.
He
was in trouble. He got hurt in the first round.
He got hurt in every round almost.
Yeah.
He got hurt a lot in this fight. And once again, what he did was what Deontay always does is he got bailed out by his right hand. But Lou DiBella put something out tonight on Twitter. Pardon our voices, but we were yelling at the fight. And by the way, let's paint the picture for you. I mean, all kind of people are at the fight. We went back and walked out Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
The Iron Mike, the champ, always shows love. There was, and he smelled like Chief Keef because Mike is big on that green nowadays.
I was wondering who that was.
That was Mike.
Oh, okay.
All kind of people we met tonight. It was just fantastic. And we sat and watched the fight with Booker T. WWE fan.
The man.
And boy, oh boy, was that a great time. Now, the thing that I saw in the fight tonight was the same thing that we see consistently when people fight Deontay Wilder.
Too much respect?
Yes.
Not enough body work because they give too much respect, because I really don't think that the formula is that difficult to beat Deontay Wilder. Which I like him. The formula is not difficult. To execute the formula might be difficult.
There you go.
But the formula is not difficult.
The formula is actually simple
because he's
is difficult.
Exactly, because he's a light heavyweight.
Yes.
In that sense.
At 220 versus guys that are all walking around at 250.
Right. And like I was telling you earlier, what most of these fighters need to do is go back and watch Evander Holyfield versus George Foreman. Evander Holyfield came up with a great strategy because before Deontay Wilder, George Foreman had the highest knockout ratio of any heavyweight in history.
Yeah.
And what he
knocked people out.
I mean, with body shots.
And they stayed out.
And they stayed out. And it wasn't even you're going to get up.
You are not getting up.
If you did, it was just to get put in the ambulance. So basically.
As Joe Frazier said, the only mistake I made was signing that contract. I should have never fought George Foreman.
Lifted him off the ground. But beat King Norton to death. But what he did in that fight, meaning Evander Holyfield, was that he did not let George Foreman extend his arms or his punches. He stayed in the middle of his chest, and he never let him get completely loose on him. And this is something that they don't do with Deontay Wilder. And also, you need to put in more work on his body and lay on him. But he's not good at fighting on the inside. So with that, you have to take him inside the phone booth.
He is also not good at pressure.
No.
Which is the phone booth that you're talking about.
Yeah.
What we saw tonight was when King Kong actually was the aggressor, which was the first 6.5 rounds of the fight, Deontay looked confused. Like, he didn't just look bad. He looked confused.
Befuddled. Totally.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah. And biggest
because his main punch, if you can take it away from him, he has limited other options.
Right. And he should rely on the jab more, but he doesn't.
Got a great jab.
Yeah, so what King Kong did was to keep him off of his mark for all the way up until that last punch that he got. But what he should have done was just to stay focused in that last 4 seconds. If he wasn't going to throw a punch, wait until the next round. I mean, it's hindsight, but he could have executed that. I saw him literally where we were sitting ringside, take a deep breath and get ready to finish him off because he had Deontay in trouble. But King Kong is older than, and his
dated age.
Yeah, and his senses let him down. His spider senses let him down because he was just a takeoff.
Now let's talk about this though, because Lou DiBella brings up a great point when Lou DiBella's a boxing promoter. He used to work with Deontay Wilder, and he brings up a great point. He said this whole narrative that Deontay Wilder is trash has got to go, because any fighter that can end the fight of another elite fighter, any elite fighter in the world, at any second of the fight is a specific talent.
Right.
And he's right. And what I saw tonight, let's flip the script. What I saw tonight was very disappointing in the sense that for some reason people don't seem like they like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, well, paint the picture for him though, because when they showed his name, face, or whatever on the Jumbotron or the big screen or whatever, people booed.
Well, no. Hold on a second, because the picture we need to paint is it was real buzzy when he came out. He came out in his weird, like, medieval costume where he looks like half the Last Dragon.
Little Shogun going. Nice Shogun work. I like that. Little Budokan.
Little Budokan with a nice gold trim. What can we do? Nice gold trim. He's a champ. Come on, from him. And
keeping it pure.
And he came in, and the crowd was silenced quickly because he didn't throw any punches. I don't care what CompuBox told you at home. He was not throwing punches.
And if he did, he was not landing, because even a punch that we saw in the fight, a big right that looked like landed,
was blocked. And he thought that it was, you could see that he thought that he was going to be able to land this punch, which he eventually was. But he got hurt several times in the fight.
He was hurt in the first round.
When Ortiz buzzed him. And what ends up happening is he is so gun shy. He's so scared to throw that right that he took punishment. And the bigger man was moving backwards the whole fight. The taller man was moving backwards
The most powerful man
is moving backwards most of the fight. Now, the issue that I take issue with is throughout the fight, the crowd goes silent because they're there for Deontay. And then they go silent. And suddenly, after Ortiz rocks him a few times, everybody is there for Ortiz. They start chanting King Kong. They start chanting Ortiz.
I disagree.
And then they started booing Deontay Wilder.
They booed him when he came in the ring.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I heard it. That's why I was devastated, because actually I don't understand why people are upset with Deontay Wilder. What did he do? He's almost like Anthony Joshua. Everybody hates these guys who haven't really done anything. You want the guy, literally the bad guys, to win usually. And Ortiz is not a bad guy though.
No.
But
he's like a great guy.
Yeah, but for some reason, guys like Deontay Wilder, I would like to know, what is it that rubs people the wrong way with Deontay Wilder?
because we know what rubs him the right way. Everybody went completely bonkers after he knocked him out.
Yeah.
He's knocked out 40-something dudes. And
he's had 42 fights with 41 knockouts, right?
What do you want from him? And that's what you pay for with the big boys. You
Right.
don't pay for it to go to the cards with the big guys.
Well, and actually, when you get a quality opponent with the big boys, usually somebody's going to sleep. Very rare do the big boys go to distance, unless you're fighting a guy like Tyson Fury, who's an actual boxer who relies on his jabs. He doesn't really have a lot of knockouts. He's going to try to outpoint you.
Right.
But
that's his plan.
Yeah, but when you talk about guys like Joshua and Ortiz, and all those
Wilder.
guys, somebody's going to sleep.
Yeah.
Very rare do those fights go the distance.
Yeah. So it was just interesting to me, and I still haven't seen it, but apparently in the post fight, that's exactly what Wilder said. He said, "You guys are supposed to be bringing me up, not taking me down." So I don't know what it is that makes people, do that. So here you go. Let's listen to what he said to Sky Sports after the fight.
Confident in my ability and my skill. I tell people all the time, my intellect is very high in the ring, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I had to calculate Ortiz perfectly. He's a very dangerous fighter in that ring, as you can see. That's why no other heavyweight want to give him the opportunity. He's very smart. And once I got him, I set him up, and then there was the shot. I always say these guys have to be perfect. They have to be perfect. For 12 rounds, I don't have to be perfect for 2 seconds. And each and every time I prove that.
He was pretty perfect for the first 6 rounds. He boxed beautifully with the left hand, and it seemed like you took time getting going. But was it all a game plan just to land that one shot?
It definitely was a game plan. Like I said, I had to calculate it with him. I wasn't getting tired. I wasn't getting fatigued. I was having a lot of fun. I seen that he was getting a little tired. He was wearing down. So, and once that point came about, and I seen my range, I had my distance, bam, baby, good night.
Iron Mike Tyson here, Lennox Lewis. Do you think you're the biggest puncher since Tyson?
I mean it hands down. I don't really have to say it with my words. My action proves it each and every time.
Is it Tyson Fury next in February?
Tyson Fury is definitely next, and then after that, I want unification bout with ever the winner.
Joshua and Ruiz.
Exactly, but right now we're ready for Tyson Fury. Hopefully he's ready for me. I know his trainer's here. Hope his trainer done got some notes down, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go at any given time in any given moment, and February looking like our time.
I don't think he's going to beat Tyson Fury. I mean, honestly, every time I watch him fight, it seems like he should
keep falling for all these feints.
Well, usually heavyweights don't feint against each other because it's so dangerous. But the problem is that I thought that he would grow from his fight from Tyson Fury, and I haven't seen any growth from that. He's literally relying on one punch. And I know people are down on Anthony Joshua, but if he fights Anthony Joshua does not have his type of power, but he does have power in both of his hands. He's fundamentally sound, and he had a bad night, just like a lot of fighters have bad nights.
I mean, Deontay Wilder had a bad night tonight.
And he could literally put Deontay Wilder down and out, because Deontay Wilder has not been able to meet anybody at his skill set at this point yet in his career. So if you fight a guy that's
Fury, I would say, and that
Fury,
was still him on the comeback.
Yeah, but that was him on the comeback. He wasn't actually himself. This time when you get out there, you're going to find a Tyson Fury that's a little bit better than what he was, and you actually don't have to be that much better than what he was that night, because he actually won that fight with the fans, not with
not on the
cards, but with the fans, and with actually from a boxing perspective, he actually won the fight.
Well, it was a pretty incredible night tonight. I really enjoyed the fight. Listening to Deontay talk, he took punishment this fight, but listening to him talk, you hear him say stuff. You don't know if it's true or not. I don't think it was the plan.
It definitely was not the plan.
Now the plan may have been. It seemed as though everybody knows that Ortiz is older. At which point everybody's waiting for him to, a little bit later in the fight, which doesn't service him. But I didn't see Ortiz getting tired. I didn't see Ortiz.
I saw Ortiz having him in trouble, and just like this is where his age did,
betrayed him.
It betrayed him because he actually couldn't throw that punch trying to set him up. And I do believe in my heart that he saw that punch coming, but he couldn't do anything about it.
This is what I'm saying. Usually it's a punch you don't see that knocks you out. All right, let's go to something else, because I'm watching it right now. Honest to God, Deontay put him out. He's out on his feet. Kenny Bayless, I'm thinking that's Kenny and not his brother. Kenny Bayless stops the fight, waves the fight off. There's 4 seconds left in the round.
When he got dropped.
He's standing up. I don't know if you need. I mean, he probably gets knocked out the next round because it's going to take him a while to recover from that.
Maybe.
But Ortiz beats the count.
Yes.
Not enough is being said about Ortiz beating the count.
He's giving me the Richard Steele with Meldrick Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez
Only
a
difference
little
is
bit.
that was literally the last round. Now Ortiz is stuck. Don't get it twisted. You can watch his eyes. He's glazed.
Yeah, they gave him the milkshake.
He's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But he could have gone to
up.
his corner. He could have got some ice. He could have got some water.
And could have get some air. That's what
And
he
get
needs.
some air in his brain.
Yeah. Because he just didn't pay his electric bill, and and you need some.
I'm not a fan. Just so you guys know, I'm not a fan. I'm not trying to get anybody brain damage. I'm not looking for anybody to take any punishment. He didn't take any punishment except that punch.
That was it. I mean, literally.
So it's not like you're
Not
watching
that-
a
not that
fight
that
where
wasn't
it's
enough,
like,
but I'm just saying.
clearly that was enough. I don't want to take that punishment.
Literally, even the punches that he did take, he never took a combination. Deontay hit him with his left, not his right.
He hit him hard with his left and not
Deontay
his
is
right.
saying that he set him up, but what I'm telling you is just because what Deontay said as well to sign off on what I was saying earlier, it was about distance.
Yes.
And this is, did you hear him say
Yeah, I
it?
heard him say it.
And you
He
need
got
to
his range.
and you need to take that away from him, which Ortiz did for the most of the fight. And then all it takes is one time to slip up. And he slipped up. He got not comfortable. I don't want to say that he was comfortable, but he got a little callous, and he had to pay the price for that.
Right.
I mean,
He was, I would say, comfort because you know what? There was a couple
because he had him in
points-
trouble.
He had him in trouble, and also he had actually tasted the power clearly in the first fight. Deontay touched him a couple times, and he didn't seem impressed tonight.
But he touched him with the left. He never hit him with the right.
He hit him
flush.
with the right, but not flush. No, not flush.
And then, and this
If you
was a-
watch
and
this,
this
he
is a
moves
temple
his head
shot.
into the punch.
Yeah, and this is a
Watch this. This is wild. He moves
this
his
is
head
a temple
into the
shot,
punch.
and this is not the shot that you hit him on his neck and almost could make you lose your oodles. But one of the things that was awesome about it is that when Deontay hit him, he knew he was asleep.
Oh, he knew. He knew. He looks dead at the crowd. He looked straight at the crowd, and he looked right in our direction where we were sitting, folks. And that was the heavyweight champ, also known as the baddest man on the planet. Did you see the 1-2 and you see how he moves into the punch?
I'd run it back
He moves into the punch. It's kind of crazy.
because he got him going right finally.
And the whole night, that was the whole night, he was trying to get him to go right, and Ortiz had him going left to set him up to go into the situation
Get him in the situation room.
with Wolf. Freaking blitzer. So,
Jab. Let's see, he didn't hit him. He threw that jab.
he threw the jab. That's
He missed
it.
it.
It's a 1-2. That's still the 1-2. He threw it.
That was just to get him to go right, and
Right.
he got him.
And he got him.
And-
And he moved him right into the space.
Yep.
Right into his strike zone. Well, shout out to the champ. American heavyweight. Longest reigning American heavyweight champ. And longest reigning champion in boxing right now, I do believe, if I heard that correctly. And
It was spectacular.
it was spectacular, and this is what people
spectacle.
pay for.
Yeah.
If you watch the pay-per-view, you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at Deontay Wilder. And I don't know why everybody's booing him and mad at him.
Yeah, he showed
I really
heart
don't.
as a champion. He showed heart. He was in trouble several times in the fight. Even when he got hurt earlier, you saw him bang on his chest and like, "Let's go, let's
Yeah.
go." And I don't understand why people are mad at him because he's doing his job and he's doing it well. He's doing it above average, and nobody else has been able to stop him. So you have to give him his credit.
100%.
I honestly feel like he's not the greatest heavyweight. I mean, if you look at his resume, he hasn't really, destroyed a lot of quality opponents, but he has beaten a lot of guys. 41,
42
now.
wins with 41 knockouts.
and most of the time he doubled
42,
up on dudes. He doubled up on
1.
yeah, doubled up on Stavern, on
He done most of the only guy that he
Ortiz
doubled up on
and
is
Dominic Brazil,
these
right?
Two guys. No, he never fought Brazil before.
Oh no,
Nope. These are the only rematch. This is the time of the rematch for him. Stivern. And a lot of these rematches are coming because guys got caught busted doing dope.
Yeah.
So we can't front on that either. And he's never been tested dirty. He comes up clean with natural, crazy pop.
yeah.
And that is impressive.
Like he said, it's a God-given gift.
It is. Moving on. Apparently, we're looking at a robbery out in England. At least that's what all the fans are saying. Callum Smith, widely considered and ranked as the number one super middleweight in the world at 168, was fighting in his own backyard against a fellow named Ryder, who gave him all that he could handle. But when the final bell sounded, they went to the scorecards, and Callum Smith had won 9-3 and 10-2. It's a serious problem in boxing. Just wanted to bring this up. I did not see the fight. I need to see the fight. But what it makes me think about is, once again, how we've told you guys before, boxing is the only sport where no one knows the score until the fight is over.
Right, and they're talking about making some changes with that, which WBC would be awesome to incorporate that.
I just don't understand how it's a good thing. The suspense is great of knowing what they got to find a different way to do that.
But there's too many holes for some foul play.
That's what's going on, and we see it every week.
Yeah.
Every week we see it.
Can't have it every week, champ.
Come on, y'all. Yeah, it's a serious problem. And then in other news, in the fight that you guys gave me a lot of flack over telling you guys the truth, Kovalev basically came out and admitted that he wasn't serious about winning the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez since responded and said he's a sore loser, whatever. And, you know, it is what it is. But Kovalev came out and said, too many camps back to back to back. I took the fight on short notice. I wanted my $12 million, and it is what it is. I didn't ever think I had a chance to win the fight. That's what he actually said.
That's terrible, and this hurts.
Terrible for the sport.
And we spoke to some professional fighters.
We spoke to champion fighters tonight at the fight who talk about how dangerous that is for the sport.
Yeah,
who asked us if we thought the fight was fixed.
Yes, and they talk about, you know, a guy just not taking it serious enough, because these guys who are putting their lives on the line don't want to have the playing pool or the fighting pool dirtied like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not enough respect for the actual sport. Kovalev actually fleeced the people at this point, and it's not right. You know what I'm saying? Because he literally took the money and ran. Now now what are we supposed to do? You're supposed to, you know, respect Canelo as knocking out Kovalev. It makes it even more flawed than what it was in the first place.
Unbelievable.
And I'm not mad at Canelo, but I do honestly believe, I didn't believe that Canelo thought, now I believe that Canelo knows that things are amiss with his fights. I honestly believe that now. I didn't believe it before.
I don't think he knows.
I think
the thing with the boxers is the boxers, like Canelo, are willing to fight anybody. So naturally, you want to believe that it's all right. I don't think he knows. I think he did what.
You can't say, oh, he's a sore loser, because if Canelo,
what is he supposed to say?
The truth, because
which is what.
The truth is that he wasn't winning on any of the cards, but they had him ahead on the cards.
So what does Canelo Alvarez benefit from saying, yeah, I didn't feel like I was winning the fight on the cards. Good thing I knocked him out.
That would benefit a lot, because people can actually respect that when a guy like Kovalev comes out and says that he, you know, basically he just
what
took the
does
fight
it change? It changes nothing for Canelo.
Well, it changes the perception that the people have of him.
It's not all the people, though. This is the issue. Your casual fan believes what the broadcast tells them, and the broadcast told them that he was up 6-4 on the cards, which there was lying in them.
Much lying.
This is going to be interesting to see where it goes, to be honest, because Canelo is eventually going to have to fight somebody that's in their prime.
Well, he might not, but you know what happens usually? Somebody ends up sneaking up on you.
You get a creeper.
Somebody sneaks up on you that's going to take advantage of the opportunity and give him more than he can handle, even though he's cherry picking right now, which he should, because they've given him the opportunity and signed off on him to do that. But somebody will sneak up on him eventually to say, just like Andy Ruiz did, to say, you know what, I got my opportunity and I'm not going to squander it.
I'm ready. That somebody may be Callum